Trying to find the right dog trainer here in Spanish Springs can feel like a lot, right? So today, we're going to break it all down. This is your guide to making a really confident, informed choice for you and your best friend.
I mean, living here with a dog is just fantastic, isn't it? You've got the high desert trails, all our great community parks, and at the end of the day, the goal is always just a happy, stress-free life together.
So, think of the right trainer as a partner who's going to help you reach that goal. Let's walk through the roadmap for finding an expert who can help you and your dog truly thrive.
Okay, before we even start looking for a trainer, we need to cover some of the basics. What are the different philosophies and formats of dog training out there? Let's start with what's really become the modern ethical standard, and that's positive reinforcement. All this means is you're rewarding the behavior you want to see. It works incredibly well, and just as important, it builds this awesome trusting bond that actually makes training fun for both of you.
You've also got a choice when it comes to the format. Group classes? They're fantastic for general manners and for teaching your dog to focus when other dogs and people are around. But if you're dealing with something specific at home, like, say, countersurfing, that's where private one-on-one lessons really shine.
Okay, so with that background, now we can get into the nitty-gritty, the practical steps for actually evaluating and choosing the right professional for your dog.
All right, so here are the big things you should be looking for. First, a trainer with proven knowledge. We'll get to what that means in a sec. Second, a solid commitment to only using positive methods. And ideally, you find someone who gets our local lifestyle here, and they can build a plan that actually fits your life. Now, this is a really, really important distinction. Here in Washoe County, pretty much anyone can get a business license. That doesn't say anything about their skill. But a professional certification, like a CPDTK, means that trainer has passed some tough exams on animal behavior and science. That's a true indicator of expertise.
Of course, we have to talk about the practical side of things. Budget is a key part of this decision. So what should you expect to invest in training around here?
So this chart gives you a pretty good idea of typical costs in our area. A group class is a really accessible way to start. On the other end, something more intensive, like a board and train program, is obviously a much bigger investment. Generally, these price ranges reflect a trainer's experience and the level of personalized attention your dog's getting.
Okay, think of this slide as your personal cheat sheet. When you're talking to a potential trainer, have these 5 questions ready to go. Seriously, their answers are going to tell you everything you need to know about their methods, their qualifications, and their professionalism. It's how you'll make a great choice.
All right, let's bring this all back home. How does this all apply right here in Spanish Springs? Knowing our local rules and resources is going to be key to putting all your new skills into practice.
These are the Washoe County rules every dog owner really ought to know. The leash law is pretty strict. It's a 6-foot max. That rabies tag absolutely has to be on the collar, even though we don't have a formal licensing system. And hey, that nuisance barking rule, that's where good training can honestly be a lifesaver for keeping the peace with your neighbors.
And here are some amazing local spots to go practice everything you're learning. Vista Park has those big open fields, perfect for working on come with a long line. For polite leash walking, you can't beat the paths at Los Altos. And if you want a real-world challenge, the 2-mile loop at the Sparks Marina will definitely test your dog's focus.
Just take a second and picture this. A totally relaxed, easy walk around the marina. Or maybe having friends over without all the stress of a frantic, jumping dog. I mean, that's the goal, right? This is what we're working towards.
This investment in training does so much more than just solve a few problems. It really deepens the bond you have and lets you share so much more of your life together. We wish you the absolute best of luck finding that perfect partner. A well-trained dog just makes everything better. Quiet evenings at home, adventures around town, and all your interactions with the whole community.